So today is shop cleanup slash new parts put away slash put King Sling back together slash start on a 1/64 scale farm display. So here we go. Kind of let it go out here, but it has been winter time. We got some RCs over there, toolbox, some tools to put up. King Sling sitting there on the bench. Some new pieces from Iowa that just showed up. More RCs hanging out, and the beginning of the new project. So not having a garage really sucks because everything comes out here and gets stuck on the bench and on the front porch, and it looks like we're a bunch of pack rats that live in this place. But everything's an organized mess, as I'm sure most people that have hobbies already know. But, you know, it is what it is. We get through it, we work through it. Sorry if that's loud, but we work with what we got to work with around here. Harbor Freight had tools on sale a few weeks ago, so I had to go drop some money there and get some new fancy recall tools to fill up my new toolbox with. Now that I got some space on the workbench here, let me show you what I got going on. So I've got this King Sling LMT, and it has the usual shocks leaking. All four of these shocks on this truck are leaking. I decided to try to upgrade to these new RC all-wheel drive piggyback shocks. And due to the fact that I'm an idiot, I ordered for a 10th scale truck rather than an 8th scale truck, which is what the LMT is. So now I got to put my old leaky shock back on and get it buttoned up so we can start working on a new project. This is a pain to do due to the fact that I don't have some fancy camera. I'm shooting all this with my iPhone. But, you know, you get your, those of you that don't know RC or about vehicles, you got your top mount there, you got your bottom mount down in there, and just a couple screws to hold it in. And that's pretty much it with putting the shock back on an RC car. You know, you get your rebuild process of taking the shock cap off and changing out your fluid and all that. But where these actually leak is right down in here. There's an O-ring back in behind this black plastic piece, and you run this thing like it's meant to be ran, like Dennis Anderson would run King Sling or Gravedigger, and you're going to have leaky shocks. But it's a very common issue with this truck. I've raced RC for many years, had some leaky shocks there, but man, I haven't seen anything this brand new like this go through a couple of runs and it leak like it does. That's pretty much it. It's back in there. It's ready for the body to go on. Just takes a couple of screws to put that on as well. So the body's back on. Just got 4 clips put in there, but there's what it looks like, you know, when it's on. If you guys haven't seen one of those. Now, this isn't a review video on this truck, but if I was to recommend this truck for somebody that wants to go out and kind of be a basher with it, it's not really a bashing truck. It is waterproof. It is made for the mud. It's made to go fast. It runs on a 3S LiPo. But as for going and running at the skate park and stuff, I don't recommend it. You can put it in like a training mode kind of deal and run it. I got my 10-year-old to run it a while back, and because he's been around them, you know, forever, because I used to race. But even he was like, "Dad, this is too much. I don't need one of these trucks till I'm a little bit older." That being said, though, it is a nice truck. Yeah, if you're a fan of Dennis Anderson or Weston Anderson, they do make a bog hog as well. They're like $700, I think, is what I give for this. Plus batteries will run you, you know, as little as like $60-70, clear up to over 100 if you really want to go that powerful. But I'm running a 3S in this truck, and it seems to run pretty decent. And I'll link a video or put a video along with this so you guys can see it as well. last fall when I first got the truck. It's brand new, and it hasn't lost any of its power. It'll still pull a wheelie like no other. But that was, again, video one-handed with an iPhone, so I did the best I could. But I really enjoy the truck. But just like anything else, it's mechanical. It's going to have problems. It's going to have its issues, but it really is a good truck. I'm not upset that I made the purchase on this. Now we're on to some goodies that came in the mail today. I just got back. I had to run to my local store and pick up a tractor because my stepson was not real happy that I took his John Deere out of his truck that he got and put it on the back of my Pete that I got back from Iowa. So I had to give it back, and I went and picked up one of these Versatiles because, well, let's be honest, that black and green Pete had a little too much green to it, so we had to split it up and put some red on it. Now, this is the Delta Track 550 from Ertl. It's an older tractor, but it's going on a truck that's going in a truck show, so, you know, I need to have something heavy haul on the back of that truck. And like I said, there's a whole lot of green. I'm a John Deere guy. I'm not loyal to really any brand, but growing up on my grandpa's farm, he had John Deere, so I had to break it up a little bit. So this is the fully extended Fontaine, I believe it's Fontaine. Yeah, Fontaine Magnitude trailer. Fully extended with Stinger and Jeep. Stretched out, heavy haul Pete 389 from DCP. And it is a very impressive truck. Now you'll notice that the Jeep is not connected to the fifth wheel there because DCP put a little too much paint on that when they put it together, and it will not fit in that fifth wheel. So I'm going to get the Dremel out and take some of that paint off. But we're going to go ahead and break this down and put it together how it would be if that Versatile tractor was really on there going up and down our highways. So, of course, you would have your clearance flags, and it'd be tied down and all that on there. But, you know, for show purposes, for the video purposes, rather, this is the way it's going to sit. And when it gets ready to go to show, it will have the oversized flags and banners and tie downs and all that good stuff on the truck. Now we're on to the other fun part, which is what I got in the mail today from a buddy of mine. Call him a buddy of mine. We actually just started talking last week. Met each other through my Facebook post and my review kind of deal that I did from Dalton's Toy Store last weekend. And we got talking. He had a few things for sale, and went through his stuff, and I was like, hey, you know, kind of interested in these things, and he was interested in selling them, so got a good deal on them. So here we go. Ooh, he sent me candy. But first piece up here is another red piece, and something didn't really need, but like I said, got a good deal on it. New piece for what we're getting ready to start on. This is the Case True Tandem 330 Turbo disc. So, and it is actually going to get hooked up to a piece that I don't have yet. Unless I want to end up hooking it up to this anyway. But here's a green piece. And he sent me a wheelbarrow too. Oh, cool. I can use that too. Put that off to the side over there. 9620R, and that has plenty of power to pull that turbo disc, so we will see what we end up doing with these. But yeah, this is two great pieces to get ready to start on our little scale farm that we're going to be doing. So I'm sure he'll appreciate the shout out, but that was Jared from Whitlatch Model Farms on Facebook. He's got some cool stuff. He goes to some toy shows too, so look him up and see if he's got anything you're interested in, and tell him I sent you. I'm just getting back into the scale farming kind of deal. I just played with them when I was little, but here lately, kids have been getting into it, so I kind of been getting back into it too. But from what I can tell, these are some pretty nice pieces. Let me show you. There she is, all hooked up. The tractor's actually got triples on it. I didn't realize that. I thought it had duals. It appears that this will fold down, and I'm obviously not going to try to do that one-handed because I know good and well I will break it. So let me fold that down and I'll come back to you. I mean, as all these scale things are, they're not going to be exact like as they should be in real life, because we got that center barrel. I think it's called a barrel. Forgive me if it's not called a barrel, or let me know in the comments what it's actually called. But this little guy back here, I'm pretty sure that's a barrel. Not touching the ground all the way, but there she is, all unfolded there, and surprisingly didn't break nothing when I did it. I gotta ask though, do you like it set up like that with the John Deere on it? Or should we keep her red with red? I know it's not a case on that, but at least we got some better colors there. Again, I hadn't been around this stuff since I was little, you know, just kind of a little bit collecting here and there, but never really looked at it. I don't recall them ever doing this stuff with them. They actually have the specs on all this stuff. That's pretty cool. Again, forgive me if I just haven't paid attention to that stuff and they've been doing it for years, but, you know, I was little. Hey, toys, rip them open just like any little kid does. Let's go play. Personally, I kind of like the red and the green together. You know, breaking it up and not having brand to brand all the time, you know, not a lot of people do that. So that look, I think I like that a lot better. But now it's time to put the toys away and show you guys the beginnings of what we're going to be doing. We're going to play the Never Have I Ever game. I've never done this before. I've seen them, and the kids got interested in doing it, and they get interested in the farm toys. So I figured, well, you know, we've got the Lafayette Farm Toy Show here every year. That's like 30, 40 minutes down the road from us. You know, don't have to be in a competition, but hey, you know, we got time on our hands. Let's do something. So I got dangerous at Hobby Lobby today. Picked up 3 sheets of foam board, 2 that are thicker and 1 that's a little bit thinner. And a few weeks back, picked up some dirt and some gravel from another local hobby shop. And then got a few other goodies down there. I got some fake grass. I think we got some more dirt or gravel or something else in there. I don't know. I just started grabbing stuff off the shelf, and that's what I wound up with. So that's going to be our project starting out. The first thing up, as I throw the glue, the first thing up is going to be either like our tractor pull display, or we're hoping by Christmas time having a little surprise to give to my grandparents, because without them, I wouldn't be into this stuff at all. But if you've ever done one of these, or you're interested in maybe making your own, follow along. Over the next few months or so, we're going to start working on this and trying our hand at it. It's all trial and error. I've watched a few videos here on YouTube, and I'm just going to try my hand at it, and like I always do, trial and error. And friendly criticism is always welcome here. So if you have done this stuff before, or you haven't, you know, you got some tips, tricks, whatever, let me know, because I'm all new to this stuff. So I'm just trying everything out and doing what I can. But honestly, thanks for watching, guys. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below and follow along, because like I said, we got some good journeys coming up. We got quite a few projects out here. It's a Jeep back there in the background. We got some stuff coming up with it, and RC stuff, this 1/64 scale stuff. So, you know, it's going to be a heck of a year. Yeah, that'll wrap it up for today. And again, thanks for the follows, likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. Obviously, I'm new back here on YouTube, so I don't know all the lingo yet either. But, you know, again, trial and error, and we're just having fun. So we'll see you guys on the next one.